you doing, YouTube? It's Will from Will Development. This is my 210th weekly update. As you recall, I am considering my yearly update my 209th weekly update. I just released it earlier this week on Wednesday. I'll put a link to that down below in the description if you're curious. Regardless, I made some hopeful promises for the future, and I am going to announce that I have decided that I will start a new series that I'll probably release every Wednesday. I'm thinking is a good day to release it. It'll probably alternate. If it's not Wednesday, like if I release some other video on Wednesday, I'll put it on like a, Sunday or a Monday or something along those lines. But it should be something around 2 videos a week now. Basically what I'm going to be doing is every training session, except for probably Saturdays because it's too busy in the gym, I'll be recording one of my lifts during my workout, during my training session, and I'll be posting that to Instagram, which if you don't follow me there, check out my description. The link to my Instagram's down there. And then I'm just going to take all those clips that I do, so it'll probably just be like a 4 to 5 minute video at the most. Don't know if I'll do voiceover work or not. I might just put up little overlays, just text overlays saying what I was doing. So I'm going to release one this Wednesday, and it's going to be called Last Week's Workout or Last Week's Training, something like that. So this Wednesday I'll be releasing the footage from Thursday, today being Friday. Again, Saturday is going to be a non-day. So it's only going to have those 2 days for this one, but then it'll have the following week will have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So, it'll be about four different clips just put together. But I had a couple of requests for me to start showing more lifting, so that's my response to those requests. Other than that, this week was the first week back from my little vacation. Thursday's training went well, Friday's went well, which is today. And then we'll see how Saturday goes. It's always my Achilles heel, so we'll see how it goes. Just easy stuff coming back into it, just doing some, my belt that I had broke, and so I'm saving up, putting probably, 15, 20 bucks a week away for a Pioneer belt that's totally customized. I love those guys, love the work they do. Everybody boasts about their great quality, so I figure I might as well just invest in a good belt that I'm going to have for a while. I haven't decided on 10 or 13 mil yet. I think I'm going to go to 13, and I think I'm going to go with that Pioneer cut because I like that. But it'll have my logo on the back and some other things burned into the leather because I like that raw leather look. I'll probably get the tanned leather because I think that looks nicer. Plus, I already own a belt that I'd gotten from Elite FTS, which was a 3-inch belt, 3-inch, 6.5 mil belt that I got for deadlifting. And I'm 90% sure that Elite FTS gets their belts made by Pioneer or General Leathercraft, depending on whichever name you decide to use from them. But I'm pretty sure that belt came from them anyway, so that leads me to believe that the quality is good because the quality of that belt is very good. At some point I'm probably going to replace that 3-inch belt also with a different 3-inch belt with the Pioneer cut, because especially for deadlifts, I have a hard time deciding what kind of pressure I want for it. For squats, I generally, and it all depends too, like on what I'm doing. If I'm doing rep work, I tend to go a little bit looser on the belt so I can breathe, and then same thing goes for squats. If it's a 1 rep, I usually go with a very, with a tighter belt because it makes me feel more secure, And there's always that pivot point, because if it's too loose, it's not really doing anything. And if it's too light, it's almost folding you in half, So there's a such thing as too tight of a belt. So it is one of those things that I think the Pioneer cut is a really good idea. If you're not familiar, essentially instead of 1-inch increments, you can adjust up to as little as half-inch increments on your belt. I'm personally a fan of double prongs. I just like them; they feel more secure to me. But I borrowed one of my training partner's belts, and it's a single prong, and I can't sit here and say I felt that great of a difference, but I'm sure with a 13 mil, I'm probably not going to notice a difference anyway because it's such a thick cut belt. So that's why I'm doing a lot of things beltless now also. You're going to see this next block, basically everything's going to be beltless, and I was planning on doing a lot more beltless work. My goal was to be able to do 315 for like 10 beltless by the end of the training, and it's still a lofty goal, but I always set goals I usually can't reach because that's, it pushes you harder that way. All that being said, when my belt broke, it was kind of like, well, I guess this is a sign, and I'm not going to spend another, $40 on another belt that's just going to break in another couple of years anyway. Let's see. So that's my plans. That's my thoughts. Training today, I did pull-ups. I did bench. Some pause work with just 225 just to get back into it. My new training is basically, I'm going to be benching / pressing twice a week. No, 3 times a week. Benching twice a week, pressing 3 times a week. And it's basically going to be like one day is going to be a heavier day where I'm doing maybe 3 reps with a given weight, and then the other day, on the light day, I'll be doing somewhere to 5 to 7 reps, somewhere along that. I'm still writing it all out. The idea being on those lighter days, I'll also touch a single or 2, maybe with a pause, maybe even just a touch and go rep. It's something we're just gonna have to wait and see. I always fine tune things after I've kind of gotten into them, and then I'll be squatting 3 days a week also, and deadlifting twice a week. And the deadlifts are going to follow that same sort of thing where it's going to be, I might do 8 reps with a given weight, working weight, and then the heavier day. And then on that day, I'll touch some heavier singles, and then, the heavier day, it'll just be the heavy work. And hopefully it should work out better for me. I realized last training block, essentially doing bench after squats is not working for me. Part of it's my shoulders are just so wrecked, I can't really retract my scapula properly and pull them down like I want to because they're just so toasted after the squats. And the other part of it is too, I have a bit of a bursitis in my right shoulder, and that's always something I have to fight when I bench because keeping that shoulder down is very challenging for me. It's challenging for a lot of people actually, but regardless, I found it was damn near impossible to do after a squat. So it'll be squats, deadlifts, and then like bench, and then press. And then the thing is, my press is not bad, but it's definitely suffered a lot since I didn't get to do any pressing because I was just so toasted after a Russian squat routine every day. It was what it was. So that's the plan. That's my week. Look forward to it. And if you don't, then what's your excuse?